Hey everyone, and welcome back to a very rainy May here on Calmsden Farm for the next episode in our Let's Play series. Apologies, it's been a while since the previous episode. Life kind of got very busy and it was very difficult to find time to sit down and do any videos. And also, my other channel takes priority when it comes to recording content, so I have to make sure I keep up with videos on that channel as best as I can. So this unfortunately has to be sacrificed. So yeah, apologies, it's been a while for those that were enjoying the series. Hopefully you'll continue to enjoy it now we're back. I don't know how many videos we'll get done each week, but I will try my best to at least get 1-2 each week from now on, just to get some progress on this series. And then what I think I may do, once a new map comes out, a new British map comes out that I like the look of, I may transfer over all the equipment. I accidentally tab into our combine and we just knock the controller. So yeah, we'll probably take all the equipment, sell up all the land that we'll have amassed on here, sell off the anything else we're not going to transfer, and then we'll transfer over to a new map when one comes available. So first thing I want to do, as we do have quite a bit of money, so the end of the last episode I was doing some fertilising contracts on several fields. They all got finished up and we got paid for those. I also did a couple of silage contracts on one of my live streams when I couldn't get onto my server, so we jumped on here. So me and Stevie from Steve 4K Gaming came on here. We did a couple of silage contracts in field 7 and 22, so that got us quite a bit of money. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to buy another 28 dairy cows. Yeah, let's do this right. So we're going to get 28 cows, which is going to be 46,200. Well, that's going to double the amount of dairy cows we've got. So we're now up to 56. That's one thing I did say I wanted to do. I won't buy any more than that. We'll leave them to just reproduce until we get to a nice amount of cows, and then what we'll do, we can sell off any younger cows as we go. We don't want too many. So these ones are reproduction 50%, so they're still a way off before they're going to get their first newborns. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. The other thing I want to do is just explain quickly. I've completely changed over to a new save game now from the previous video. So there was an update to the map since last time that came out. Added the new crop, so we've now got access to linseed. So and also we've got the new crop rotation on the calendar. So we can do winter, spring barley and spring wheat, which you couldn't do on the base game calendar. You can only do those in the autumn. And we can also do spring oats, as well as plant oats in the winter now as well, or autumn. Same with canola. We can do that now into the spring as well if need be. I think the rest of the crops are pretty much the same as they are in the base game. And then we've got the additional crop now, linseed, which we'll have a look at probably this year as a cash crop. So that'll be interesting having that. I've also added on precision farming as well, which you probably see the icon here. So what I did, started a brand new save game. I then got the fields to where we were. So this field's split in two again. I soil sampled, limed to get the pH values set, and then put the crops in. So we're pretty much as we were on the previous save. I think I've got these the right way around. I also think that divide may be a little bit off to where it was before, but it's close enough. But I couldn't remember if I'd got oats in the top bit or the bottom bit on the previous save. I should have checked, but for some reason I presumed it was canola in the bottom. But I say it doesn't really matter too much. They're crop growth wise, they are in exactly the same place, so we're in the same month. So the plan for today was to cut our grass fields again for some late spring silage before we head into summer. First thing I want to do is take this mower. So this is the base game Caverlan mower. I've downloaded the one from 4D Modding, which is the Cumberland trailed mower as well. It's a little bit narrower than this, but we've got the swath drop mode on it. So we're going to take this one down to the store, sell this one, and then we'll buy that one. And then we'll use that, and hopefully the rain may have passed. It does look like it's starting to clear up. So we'll get the engine started. I am also now using my steering wheel, or at least attempting to. So you have to bear with me for a little bit while I remember some of the buttons. I'm still getting used to it. Right, so yeah, we'll get this down to the store. We'll sell this one, and we'll buy the new one. Okay, so we're just coming up to the store. I just get the right button for the light. So we'll drop this off in the workshop area so we can sell this one. I don't know how much this mower's worth because I don't know if I added hours onto this equipment or whether it was just the tractor. So when I first set up the map, I added wear and tear and operating hours to all the equipment, well, the tractors at least. I can't remember if that was on the implements as well, so don't know if this is worth much, but we'll soon see. So I need to remember, so let's put the handbrake on, that we've got manual attach on here as well. So we need to disconnect the hoses, PTO, and then the mower. And I think the trigger, if I remember right, is somewhere over here. There we go. Yeah, so the value of it's not too bad. So actually we'll get more back for this than the new one will cost, I think. Just repair it first so they can have it repaired. Right. I think the new one we're going to get is 15,000, but then you need to add on the actual swap drop option, which may increase the value a little bit. So we want mowers, and we're going to go for this one from 4D Modding. So it's the Cumberland, I don't know if it's that Tara 4032. So the initial cost is 14,500, and then we want we'll keep the skirts on work mode. Yeah, we want the BX. So this one we'll be able to put multiple rows into one row, so when we collect it up we don't have as many rows, and it kind of negates having to windrow, so saves us a step when we're doing silage at least. Operating speed, I'll increase that a little bit, and I think the rest will keep our standard. So that's 21,305 in total, which we can afford, so no worries about that. It does have the narrow working width. It's only 3.2 meters opposed to us 4.5, I think. 4 meters. So it's not a massive amount, but it's going to be a lot easier to get through the gates on this map as well, and down the roads, and being that little bit narrower. But it's also going to save us that job of windrowing when we're doing silage. One also thing I was going to do this time, rather than do bales as we did bales last time, there is on the used equipment sale, there is the little loading wagon. It's not the biggest, it's only 16.1 meters cubed, so it's only what, 16,100 litre capacity. Well, I think as it's on the used equipment sale and it's not particularly expensive, we'll do it a little bit different this time. I do also have the mod that allows you to compact the grass a little bit more, so you can increase the capacity a little bit, so we'll get a little bit more in there. One thing I also need to do while I'm here is repair this tractor. Before I forget. Oh yeah, I still need to adjust the brakes a little bit. I've got the brake sensitivity set to 200%, and I've decreased the dead zone right down to 5% on the brake, but on the G920 pedals it's still so difficult to actually get the brake to operate, so you have to push down so hard. Right, we'll repair this while we've got the money. And what I'll do, we'll get the mower back up, hopefully then I'll increase this time so when we do get back there, hopefully it'll stop raining so we can actually start cutting some grass. Right, so we're back up at the farm, and the rain has now cleared up. It's nice and dry for us to get some grass cut. So we'll start off with our largest field first. One thing I also did on these was when I transferred over to the new save game with enabling precision farming, I ploughed up all of these grass fields as well. Did the soil samples and put lime on them. So none of these grass fields require ploughing. Oh, where's the category that shows what the field requires? Oh, it's... Have they completely changed that? I've never even noticed. Hang on a minute. I may have it switched off. Let me just check. No, it should be on normal. It's because I started the new save game. That's why. Periodic ploughing should be on. Fieldstone off. Crop destruction on. Weeds on. Yeah, it's because when I started the new save game, this time I started on new farmer mode. So that's a bit better, yeah. I was wondering then why it's not showing it requires ploughing. Yeah, so I ploughed the 3 grass fields, done the soil sampling and put lime on those as well to set the pH value. So they no longer require ploughing as like all the other grass fields do on the map. Well, yeah, because I put the new save game off, started on new farmer mode just in case, because last time I started on start from scratch. None of the triggers for the BGA showed up, so I couldn't use the BGA. So just to make sure I didn't have any issues with that, I started on new farmer mode with the save game, but forgot to change the settings from easy. There we go, we can unfold that. Just trying to think which way we need to go round. Yeah, we'll go around this way first. We'll obviously drop in the middle. Turn that on. Lower it down. So we'll do one lap round this way, and then we can come back the other direction with the swap drop, and then we can put those 2 rows into the 1 row. So with this mower, if you go round, it's a little bit work going round backwards and forwards different ways, but you can get like 3 rows into 1, which obviously is going to help reduce the need for windrowing. Get as close to the wall as we can down this way. One other thing I've done on this save game was when I started up, There's a few new mods have been out since the last time, so one of them I've enabled is the enhanced vehicle control mod. So that's the mod you can see over by the speedometer. It shows the degrees of heading. It's also got like no headland, no whip set, and no track at the moment. That's one I use on most of my videos now, is the enhanced vehicle control mod, which is a bit similar to like a GPS style system, but we've also got the parking brake, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive option, and then you can lock the differentials front and rear if you need that little bit of extra traction to get you moving. Right, so what we need to do now is work out how to enable the swap drop mode. I can work out how to actually do it. Wide spreading. Oh, there we go. So now we turn that back on. We should be able to drop the next row into this one as well. Although that does look like it's not throwing it very far over. So we may have slightly too wide of a swath to pick up in one go, but we'll see. So first time I've used this mower, it does look like it's not quite dropping right over. We'll just have to see what the working width is like on the loading wagon, see how well it picks up. Right, so we've done 2 passes around the outside of the field. The first row has got 3 rows into one. The second one's only got the 2 into one. It's a little bit more difficult to do 3 into 1 on that one unless you throw the cut grass onto a strip you haven't cut yet and then go back over that, which seems a bit weird. But what we should be able to do now is just go up and down the rows. But what we'll do, rather than go back down this row, we'll drive down to the bottom of the field and then go across, and then just work our way across the field. I don't know if this is how you would do it with one of these mowers, but it's the way I found it works kind of in game for me anyway, as an easier way to do it, so you're not doing too much turning at the end of the field and trying to line things up. But even it's only got small working width, you're kind of getting, what is it, 6.4 metres cut into one row. So I don't think our windrow is much wider than that anyway, so we're not losing out too much doing it this way over just cutting it with the slightly wider mower we would have done and then windrowed it up. But I think difficulty as well with some of these smaller fields, that windrows can be a little bit tricky to use. So what we'll do this time is enable the swath drop, and then we'll go back down. This is what I like about this as well, you can do it in cab really easy without missing anything. So if we lower that down, as long as you keep in the centre of the previous swath, then you know you're going to be getting the grass in the right place and you're not really going to be missing anything. It's a nice simple job you can actually do in cab without worrying too much about missing bits. unless you're using GPS anyway, then you don't have to worry about that. So I'll just keep doing this. I'll keep swath drop on this time, then we'll go back down to the bottom of the field, do the next pass, then come back up, turn swath drop off, do a run down this side, then along the bottom until we meet up in the middle basically. So just bring that to the very end, and then we'll go back down the bottom. So this way it just makes it easier, you're not doing tight turns at each end of the field to line back up for the previous row. Lower that back down again, and away we go. So I'm going to finish doing this field. I'll get the other 2 fields done as well, and then we can head back down to the store, get the new forage wagon, clear the 2 trailers out of the bunker silo or the clamp, try and find somewhere to put those, and then we can start collecting up the grass, getting it in there, getting it compacted, covered over, so we can get some loose silage that we can use for them for TMR, as long as the bales. And next time we do a grass cut for silage, we'll look at doing bales again, so it could kind of mix things up so we're not doing too much baling and trying to change jobs up a little bit, have a little bit more variety on the farm. So we're just finishing off the last field, so that tiny last little bit to do, and that's the grass all cut. Switch that off and raise it up. What we'll do is put the swath drop in, and then we'll fold that up. So that's the grass all cut. So the next job will be to start collecting that up and getting it into the silage pit. Just going to open this gate first. Just check, I don't know if the other gate's open. Nope. Get these both open, so I'm jumping in, jumping back out again. So yeah, the next job will be to get this all into the silage clamp and get it picked up. So first we've got the 2 trailers that are currently parked in there that we need to move out of the way. Let's see if we can get out of here. There we go. And much easier to get through that gate than it was with the other mower being slightly wider. Also, we could do with refueling this tractor soon. It's starting to get a bit low on the diesel. So yeah, I need to try and find somewhere we can put these 2 trailers there that we've got in there. So we've got our grain trailer and the bale trailer. Can't quite see what, just see the yellow trailer there. So we can try and find somewhere to put those, but first we'll get this mower put away. If we can get it in here. My reversing with the steering wheel is not great. I find it so much easier with the Xbox controller, but I'm getting better. So practice makes perfect. And one mod I do need to see if they've got is the better in-cab view. There was the mod I used in FS19, which gave better views in cab when reversing and things, like you could lean to the sides. Right, well, drop that there. I don't think I can lower it down unless it's unfolded. That's that detached. One thing we'll do, we'll refuel this first. I can't remember if we've got any diesel left in that tank, but we'll buy some if need be. Engine off, parking brake on. Let's see if there's any in there. There's 1,000 litres. There we go, that's filling up. So we need to get these 2 trailers out the way, and then we can start filling up this clam. Don't really want to put them in the cow shed. There's trouble with this little farmyard. There's not a huge amount of space. We could possibly just put them at the front of the, I think this is the milk trigger. Just there for now. It would be nice if we could get rid of this junk. I don't know if you can. Don't think that removes. That's where the map object hider mod would come in super handy. So we could delete this like old manure spreader and some of this junk here as well. So we could kind of level off that little corner, and then we could use that to park our trailers in. So yeah, that's another mod I would really like to see come across to FS22, if possible. Get the handbrake off. Yeah, so I'll try and find somewhere to just put these 2 trailers so they're out of the way, and then we'll head down to the store and we'll get the new forage wagon, and then we can start getting the grass collected up. I still need to try and adjust these brakes. I was trying to, when doing the mowing going down the hill section, I'm literally standing on the brake and it just would not like register. It's like, I don't know why. Get that connected up and the cable's attached. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going to put this. But I'll find somewhere. I'll get the other trailer moved, and then we can start collecting up the grass and getting that into the bunker silo and start getting it compacted. We're just on our way back up to the farm from the store, so we've got our new forage wagon on the back. What I need to do is remember this turning's coming up just after this. I always miss it. So when I was setting up the map again, moving stuff up, I kept forgetting this turning, exactly where it was. End up overshooting and going way past. So I have to remember it's just after those 30-mile-an-hour speed signs. So again, we'll do the big field first. So our 2 trailers I'll just put there. It's probably the best spot I could actually find for them at the moment. So they'll be fine out the way there for a bit. So let's get this turned on and lowered down. So there is no silage additive with this forage wagon, which is not a massive issue, but obviously we're not going to get quite as much as we would have done with the baler. But with this way we don't have the step of wrapping the bales and then having to move the bales afterwards as well, so we're kind of reducing the amount of work we're doing on the field with the forage wagon. And I say it's a little bit different because we did silage bales last time, so just to change things up a little bit. So this I think standard capacity of the silage wagon is 16,100 litres. I've got the, I think it's like the variable compaction rate mod for forage wagons. With the idea of that mod is that it, whereas the volume of the actual wagon itself is 16,100 litres, obviously to fill that you would get some compaction in it, so you wouldn't put 16,100 litres of loose grass to fill it, to take a little bit more. So you're kind of compacting the grass as you pick it up a little bit, so you're getting 21,000 litres of loose grass to fill a 16,100 litre volume, if that kind of makes sense. So it's one thing I always said with the bales is you get a 4,000 litre capacity bale, but because of compaction and you're compacting all the grass, you wouldn't put it to take a lot more than 4,000 litres of loose grass to make a 4,000 litre bale. But obviously the way the game works to keep things nice and easy, it just does it 4,000 litres of loose material to one bale, and I don't think I did that very well. Not too bad. I probably should have just drove down the road and then reversed back rather than try and swing into here a little bit first. Let's see if we can get this in here in cab. So I don't know why my reversing is so bad. Using the steering wheel, it's like I can drive in real life, so it shouldn't be that difficult. For some reason my brain just doesn't register which way I need to turn the wheel properly. What I should do there is just double check how right at the back. That's close enough. There's our first load going into the bunker silo. So I think if we can get, that's what's 21,000 litres, which is actually quite a bit because we didn't exactly get around much of the field to get that. So we could end up with 500,000 litres of silage in total from these fields, which wouldn't be a bad amount. I may be being way too optimistic with that, but we'll see as we go. So we'll lower that back down. We'll just start back off from here. So the yield on this field was not great for the large majority of it due to the soil type. Which, actually just check what the soil type is on this field. Yeah, the loamy sand wasn't particularly good yield. The sandy loam was fine. Those two fields were pretty good yield on those. But obviously the sandy loam doesn't hold much moisture. It drains really well, with it being mostly sand, which sand doesn't hold much water. So one of the reasons why the low yield, the water drains off way too quick for the grass to utilise it. I imagine on a slope like this as well, the water would probably drain quite well down to the stream. So not as good a yield as we would have got had we not got precision farming on. But it still looks like we're going to get a fair amount off this field. We're coming close to our second 21,000 litres. So we're going to get this dumped in and then we'll continue collecting up the rest of the field and we'll see how much we get off this one. So we've got the other two fields to do as well. We just need to get it compacted, covered over so it can start fermenting. So this is the last few strips on the first field. At the moment I think we've got around about 126,000 litres in total in the clam. I don't think we're going to get another full load, so not quite as much as I was hoping for off this field. I was hoping for a little bit closer to 200,000 litres, but I think I was initially judging it off the first load we did, which was on the outer headland, which I forgot was 3 rows of grass into the one row, whereas these ones are only 2 into one. So far less grass in these rows than there were in that outer row. But we'll still get a decent amount of silage for the cows. and the grass should regrow again for autumn, so if we are running low, we do have the ability to get a third cut if need be. To top up the silage. But the next cut we'll do on the grass fields will be for hay over summer, so they'll probably be late summer we'll do that. To top up on our hay bales, so we may just get another full load. It's going to be close. So you're going to have to come back for that tiny little bit there, and that's this field all done. So we'll go and drop this in and see how much we've got in there so far. There's probably a couple of thousand litres left on the field. Also next time we'll probably be possibly harvesting the oats, possibly the canola as well. I think they may both be ready for next time, so we can start doing some harvesting. And what I have found, if you come really close to the diesel tank, there is just enough space to fully swing all the way around here. And then you can straighten up a bit, just make backing in a little bit easier. We'll bring this one over to this right hand side. Straighten that up a little bit. So far we currently have 129. I'll just come out a little bit out of the silo. So it's 147,000 litres in there so far, which isn't too bad. So I would have hoped to have got another full load at least on top of that. As I say, it's still a decent amount of silage. I've still got the other two fields to go in as well, which I think combine those two fields may give us another 150,000 litres, so we're probably looking at close to 300 than the 500,000 I was hoping for. But as I say, it's all better than nothing. So I'll get this last little bit, I'll get the other two fields done, then we can have a look at getting it compacted and then covered over, and we'll see what our final amount of silage is that we'll get when it's finished fermenting. So this last little bit to do on this field, and that's all our grass collected up. Got this last little tiny bit. So that's another 18,016 litres. We can switch that off and pick up the pickle, or lift the pickle. And we'll take this, put this into the clamp, and then see what our final total chaff is. And we just need to get it all compacted up and covered over. So I think this should take us close to about 250,000 litres, I think, in total. I can't remember what the last count was with the last load I put in. So I was way off with my very over optimistic 500,000 litres I said earlier. A bit too far then. Straighten up a little bit. We'll start unloading this. So we currently have we're just going to be short. So 244,222 litres in total. So it's not a bad amount. It's better than nothing. This loading wagon, I'll just drop it off here for now while we get that compacted. So disconnect the cables, PTO, and we can drop that off. So next job is just to get it all compacted up, then we can get it covered over. I want to do check as well, see how much slurry we've got. I don't think we've got enough slurry yet to be worth getting a slurry spreader to use on the fields here. Only 38,967 litres. So we do be topping up the nitrogen on the fields before we do the next cut. But I don't think it's worth at the moment getting a slurry spreader to do that, because I just don't think we've got anywhere near enough slurry to get all the fields done. But now we have more cows as well, we should start getting some more slurry. At some point we'll get a slurry spreader to use on the grass fields then, because I think it'll be more worth doing it. Save a bit of money on buying solid fertiliser or liquid fertiliser if we ever get a sprayer. So I've got the fun job now. I'll get all this compacted, leveled down. Currently 19%, and then that'll probably do us for May. The next time we'll be back possibly either June or July, depending on whether the crops are ready or if there's anything else that needs doing. Well, I'll get this done and we'll come back just before we've 100% to finish off. So we've just gone 100% compacted. There's that tiny little bit of the wall there that just clipped through a bit, which is a little bit annoying. I think on the majority it's not too bad. It's fairly smoothed out. Not too bad considering we're not using like a roller or a leveler. So we can get this covered over. So there's 238,634 litres in total. So we have lost a little bit with the compacting. I don't know if sometimes it clips through the walls a little bit. But we'll get that covered over so that can start fermenting. And I think for today that is us all done. So let's just check on how our cows are doing. So we've currently got 20,568 litres of milk, so we're not going to be far off having enough to take to sell when the price is right. Let's currently see what the best price is. 1172 general store bait. Best price, we're looking at 1300. So it's not quite at the best price September, so we may hold on to it till then. And we'll sell it in September, whatever we've got. I would like to do some kind of productions like dairy. The trouble is finding somewhere to fit the productions. Obviously you've got these areas that you can buy, but they're so big. I mean, we're never going to be able to afford 833,000 anytime soon. And this one up here is 648. So it's finding somewhere else on the map that's suitable for building on. Obviously these fields we've got down here, they're just too sloped to make it worth even considering building really anything on those. So field 10, which is reasonably flat. It's like 230,000, so it's going to be a while before we can afford that. So yeah, as productions, there's that little area there which is 36,000, but I don't think that's very flat either. 58,000 to buy. I'm not sure about 12. Oh, that comes with that bit as well. So yeah, so I really wish this area had been split up a little bit more, so there was like smaller areas you could buy rather than this big, huge, massive block, because it does make getting those very difficult. Technically, because I started again on the new farm mode, we do kind of own all the bits around the edges, which we don't kind of. I'm going to do that as we don't kind of own it. I don't like maps where they do it like that, where you have this big area that you own for free kind of thing. But yeah, we'll have a look around and decide. It would be nice to get some productions as we've got the milk. We could get a small dairy, so we could start producing cheese. Also, we could potentially look at doing a grain mill and bakery. I don't know if there's any small kind of grain mills that would be suitable to use. But doing a grain mill so we can make flour, then we could do wheat bread, would be definitely something we could do on this map and would fit in, because kind of thing they do in the UK. Same with an oil mill as well, doing rapeseed oil from the canola. But it's just finding somewhere suitable to put production buildings. I'll park this back up in here. Light turned off. Parking brake on. Yeah, so we'll leave it there for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got hopefully some more Farm Simulator Let's Play videos. I don't know if I'm going to get back to the other games just yet. At the moment, it's still struggling for a bit of time and trying to get all the videos done for the other channel as well. But for now, I want to try and at least get some more progress done on the Let's Plays on FS22, so there should be more upcoming videos. So yeah, if you've not yet subscribed, then please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.